YouTubers? On this episode we are going to inspect and remove the rear hub and see what parts we need to replace to fix what the previous owner did. Enjoy the show. Okay, now this is what I'm looking to figure out. I am taking out these two lug nuts I left, and because it's supposed to be studs in there, I'm really curious to see what happened and what is the story about these studs. They shouldn't have any studs, and that's what we're gonna find out. Get ready to catch it. Catch the caliper as it comes out. Release the brake pad a little bit so it could slide out. It slides out. Grab the other end. And we're good and safe. Now let's see what's going on. We're gonna take the rotor off. Take the rotor off with a hammer. Ew. That's gross. We're gonna have to clean that up. Figure it out. Exactly what I thought. So they try to weld these into there to solve the problem from having to change this hub. This hub was probably stripped out, and instead of changing it, I ruined the spring too for the handbrake. Need that too. This is the auxiliary handbrake. What happens when you pull the handbrake, it separates these shoes up and it squeezes the inside of the rotor, and the inside it's like a drum. It is a drum. It's on the rotor. So this guy needs to change, and might as well change the bearing at the same time. So now I know what parts to order. Next step is I'm gonna shoot the axle nut off. Yeah! Use a punch in the middle of the axle nut, and hit the axle out. Got the axle. Ooh. Okay, we definitely need a new bearing now. Okay, the splines inside are good, but yeah, like I thought, the threading Let's take this out here. All right, let me show you what I'm talking about. So you see here, these threaded, it used to be threaded. We'll find one right here. This one still has some threads in there. I don't know if you can see it. How about that one? See, there's some. This one's completely done. This one too. So that was their solution of changing one of the, instead of getting one of these hubs. Oh, that's interesting. It's made from Brembo. Good stuff. All right, so what I did up till now, actually, with the rotor, I want to save it because it has a lot of good material left in it, and there's no real big lip here. I took a scraper and I scraped out the goo or whatever he had, the JB weld, whatever schmucko put on before, and now we're gonna sand it down with this cookie. It's not abrasive, not too abrasive. It doesn't cut through metal, but it just sands anything on top of metal. We usually use these for hubs before you put a new rotor in. Give it a nice flat surface before. And this way there's no bumps or anything. When you torque down the wheel, everything, all lug nuts are equally tightened, equal surface, less chance of getting the rotor warped. And this is how I'm going to clean the outside, and we're going to do the inside as well after. Look at that. Nice fresh mounting spot for the rim when we're done. Later I'm going to take a pick and just clean out all the JB weld that got stuck in there. Like nothing ever happened. Now we're going to do the inside. So when the new hub sets in there, I'll have a good home to stay in. Look at that, like nothing ever happened. Ah, we saved this rotor. All right, so today we're gonna remove this hub. I ordered a used hub, fairly cheap, and we will put it on. But first we gotta remove it. I haven't received the other one, but just for now, because I have the time, I'm gonna remove this one. We're going to start off with this. Actually, I did do this before. I took the hardware off of the handbrakes. And now we're going to start going over all the control arms, disconnecting it. Actually, before we start that, we're going to remove the electric connectors. So there's this clip here that with a screwdriver, it's easy to flip it up. Pull out one of these at a time. One is ABS sensor and one is a brake wear sensor. I'm gonna pull it nice and easy. Good. Now we have a 10mm right here that we're gonna have to remove to get the wire connector completely off of it. Socket wasn't sitting properly, but it's not a high torque situation, so it's fine. It came off anyways. So undo that hardware.
take that nut off. I'm gonna slide this connector straight up. Straight up. Okay. I'm gonna take this little piece of metal for later on. I don't know if that one, oh, it dropped. Okay. We are going to need to remove the handbrake cable now. Let me figure out how to do this. All right, so there's a shaft right here within a shaft that is holding this cable in. So what I'm going to do is take a pry bar, stick it on the end there, and I'm going to hit it with the hammer behind there. Be a little funny holding the camera at the same time. There we go. Next thing I want to do also is remove the end link, because the end links I'm going to replace because they are too much play in them, and they're also cheap. All right, back at it. We're gonna just take out these handbrake shoes. Use a needle nose plier. You push in and turn. There's a little hook in there that you have to just unjam, and that's it. See the little hook? That's what holds it in place. So now we're gonna do this to the upper one. There we go. Here's something to note. I want to remove this one, but instead of using the fork like this, putting it in there and jamming it in there, when you do that, you're going to destroy the boot. So there's a nice way that I do it, is you hit this flat part, and what that does is there's a cone in there. It's a cone shape, and that's why it's wedged in there and the bolt holds it in. When there's the cone shape in there, when you hit it, it disrupts the circular cone shape and pushes this out. So I'm going to hit it right here and watch it come out. And you see, it is tight. I can't pull it out. But if I just hit it right here, watch. One more hit. There you go. It came out. Now we will just tap the hardware out. Take a little bar. Help give it some motivation. Motivation. That's all the motivation that one needed. Because I'm not going to be doing it all in the same day. I'm still waiting for the new hub, so this way I don't have to keep memorizing. When I take out a bolt, I'll put it back in with the same nut. And this way you do not forget in the future, and you could give your brain a rest to memorize other things. So now we are going to find the bolt I just dropped. Okay, here's the nut that went onto that one. This way we know the nut that was on this one was different for the future. Let's just give this a little bit more motivation. Good. It's very motivated to get out of the way now, you know? Okay, let's see. What size is this? This is probably 16. Is it? Nope. 18. 18. I'm going to use the open wrench. That other side is a 16. Very good. Oh, this one doesn't need any motivation. It's very willing. And again, put the nut and bolt together. We will remember for the future. And push that out of the way. And it will give you perfect access to the lower control arm bolt. Right there. When it's up right here, you can't fit a gun. When it's down here, you can get to it fairly easy. Fairly easy. All right, now that you're here with me, we got 18. Long extension. I don't need such a long extension, but this is fine. Impact run. Wow, it's out. Wow. All right, will this come out by itself? Nope, it needs a little motivation. So we're gonna look at the spot where the motivation can help, and right there. I'm gonna move the camera around to the other side. Let me see. That should be good. Let's start the motivation. No. Tough crowd. Never hit the bolt. You don't want to hit the ball joint and the threading. You don't want to harm any of that. There we go. And gave it enough motivation, and it came out. Very nice.
Hey guys, I hope you liked the content of this video. Hopefully you learned a thing or two. Maybe something from the trade, secrets of the trade. If you like the video, please like and subscribe. We got a lot more videos coming, a lot more content coming. The next video is going to be about installing the knuckle and a few other things, and then we're going to get into the engine and all the intricate parts of it, and we're going to build the whole engine and install the whole engine, and stay tuned. And don't forget, if you ain't got haters, you ain't popping. So keep eating popcorn.